I knew that I wanted to write a play about my mom and about her experience and then mine and how they mirrored each other and were in conversation with each other. We had 6 hours of interviews and she was totally game, which shocked me. Over time, as I was sort of writing her story and reflecting on what it meant for me, it started to expand. And I started realizing what the play was actually about. Then it became this bigger story about our ancestry and where we had journeyed from and what it means to go on a journey. It landed in a very epic place, but it began in a really small, simple place. In every play that I write, especially if they're autobiographical, I'm looking for moments of complicity. So I'm looking for moments where I have a confession to make or something to say that maybe does not make me out to be the best person. That's a little bit maybe more honest about what my experience was like. In thinking through my mother's story, I eventually came to a place where I realized my own complicity in it, my own unwillingness to do something that I should do without spoiling the play. A feeling that I had not treated my mother with the same respect that I wanted from her, for her to treat me with. When that happened, it broke a lot open for me, both as a writer, but then also as a performer. I thought, oh wait, this is what we're doing. This is why we make theater. It's to explore these moments, the things that make us vulnerable, that maybe that we regret, and then how do we move from that into something different? What would it look like to change that or to reimagine it? It simply requires my own vulnerability. If I'm stepping forward and making myself willing to share a certain part of my story, it allows for a conversation with the audience that we otherwise wouldn't be able to have, and the show requires a conversation with the audience. As I'm performing it, if I'm not willing to start that conversation, if I'm not showing my own vulnerability, my own thoughts and ideas in that conversation, then we aren't going to get where we need to go. And that's on me as an actor, but then it's also on me as a writer to give those moments to myself and to make sure that those are the moments that are the most impactful and that are getting the most weight in the play and that sort of structure that it's going to need in order to hold up those moments. I got great advice years ago when I was first writing my very first solo show from a director who said, I've done a lot of these. You are either a playwright or an actor. If you show up in a moment and you're trying to be both, you will be neither. So whatever you do, understand your own intention before you go into any part of rehearsal. In this moment, you're an actor. In this moment, you're a playwright. I have done everything in my power to train my body to think that way. I still have moments where I'm reading, it happened today, where I'm reading a script and I think, I forgot I have to change that part and I should have done it already, but I'm pretty good at blocking those moments out and saying, oh my gosh, that's so great. You should bring that up with the playwright later. That's not you right now. You're an actor. And then on the flip side, as a playwright, just thinking like, well, that's going to be hard to do. Who cares? That's the actor's job. That's not your job. Just write it and let the actor figure it out. The balance is making sure that I and then the rest of the team around me knows which one I am at a given moment, and being willing to say to Matt or to whoever I'm working with, oh, I'm actually a playwright right now. If we can just focus on that, and then I'll get to the acting part. We can have those notes later, that kind of thing. It's like letting other people know that expectation too, because otherwise, it's both roles get hurt if I don't do that. Yeah, I love a solo show. They get a really bad rep. The difference for me in a really effective solo show is one that has a completed journey that someone has been on, an arc that they are now not only telling you, but that they understand that it actually has value for you as well in the audience. My gift to the audience is, okay, well, I went through this thing so that you actually don't have to, and you can learn from what I went through, take that and do with it whatever you want. But on the flip side, what I'm getting from it, because I'm getting a lot too, is presenting something as vulnerable as possible. I think both between the playwriting and the acting, it gets very vulnerable to present something like that. And I'm asking the question, do you relate to this? Do you know what this feels like? Am I crazy? That kind of feeling. And is this something that you can tell me back is of value and that you see? And when the audience gives me that, it's incredibly rewarding. It feels like nothing else I've ever done because it's such a personal response. They're not just responding to the play. They're not just responding to me as an actor. They're responding to like me as an integrated person. And I teach solo writing, and that's what I love seeing for my students too, is when they get those moments and they realize they like all of me. This is so cool. I love that I'm sharing something and then having people tell me back, you're okay, actually. That's an okay thing that you went through. The thing I'm most excited about is just seeing each person involved, everybody in this team, this incredible team, bring each thing that they are the best at, and me not knowing any of those things and not really taking the time to visualize them for this show in advance and seeing what they come up with. It's already having an impact on the final version of the play. And the play is not locked and it has a lot of room to grow. And so seeing like, oh, well, that's a great idea. We could do that every time. Maybe I should think about that. That's the part that excites me the most, is getting these new ideas and realizing like, I could take these right now and play with them, and I could keep them if I wanted to. Like, that idea could stay there forever. That's where I get like, wanting to make sure everybody knows this is not a locked script. So any ideas you have, bring them now, because this is a really unique opportunity to make it as strong as possible.